Next up at UFC Vegas 83, we have Jun Yong Park taking on Andre Muniz. Jun Yong Park, 17-5 overall, 4-1 in his last 5, riding a 3-fight submission win streak. He's taking on phenomenal grappler Andre Muniz, 23-6 overall, 3-2 in his last 5, riding a 2-fight stoppage skid. Andre Muniz, just 2 years ago, was a big-time prospect. He was a BJJ assassin, getting stuff done, phenomenal grappling. Everybody knew that. And then all of a sudden, he had some good hands. Whoa, look, he's got decent hands, good power in his hands. He can strike. He's not a full-blown BJJ nerd. He'll shoot actual wrestling takedowns. He has phenomenal BJJ in the ground. And then he started to move up the ranks. He fought tougher competition, and he got blown out. Brendan Allen absolutely smoked him. Paul Craig absolutely smoked him. I could see Brendan Allen beating him. Brendan Allen should have beat him. Young, also a good grappler, good striking, good wrestling, all those things. Paul Craig should not have beaten him, right? Paul Craig, grappling, not great striking, just sort of like losing to a phenomenal grappler is exactly what was supposed to happen in that fight. But instead, Andre Muniz got pushed, got moved around a little bit, and folded. Bit of a quitter, 2 fights, bit of a quitter, breaks under the pressure. But skill-wise, phenomenal grappling. His striking actually looks pretty good, and he does have some sneaky power in there. He just seems to be breaking. He seems like the kind of guy that hit a rhythm late. Like, how old is he? He's only 32. He seems like the type of guy that started late, hit a rhythm late, and now he's like 38, 39, got knocked out, submitted, and he's done. Steep fall off, like a Beneil Dariush, significantly older than they actually look or are. That's what feels like what's going on with Andre Muniz. It's going to be a far fall from the top. And he's taking on Jun Yong Park. This guy's going to come forward. Nothing about him is amazing. He's not incredible anywhere. He's not unbelievably slick at one thing, but he's a grinder. He's got a good jab. He's got good cage control, decent setups, decent takedowns. He's not very dangerous. Yes, he did just win 3 fights in a row by submission, but he's not very dangerous. But he's going to come forward, work you against the cage, drag you to the ground, beat you up, stay busy, not quit, stay in your face, do all those things. Just good old-fashioned grit, toughness, and just, a well-rounded enough set of skills to get him through fights. And I think he wins this fight. I think he's going to come forward. He's going to grind on Andre. He's going to get him down. And that's it. Andre's not going to have power that Park hasn't seen. Andre's not going to have jiu-jitsu that Park hasn't seen, especially now that we know Andre Muniz is the epitome of everybody has a game plan until they get punched in the face. He's the epitome of that. He's on the ground. He's on his back where he wants to be. He gets hit in the face. Everything goes out the window. So Jun Yong Park should win. He should grind forward, get it done. But this matchup, just a year and a half ago, Andre Muniz would have been a 3-1 favorite. And it's just so crazy to watch that fall from grace. What do you think, Jakey boy?
If you want to go back to that last graphic there, the Brazilian Jun Yong Park and then the Korean Andre Muniz. Jesus Christ. I tried, and like I said, I do as much as I can to try and carry this podcast and put us in the right position, but you lead a horse to water, and sometimes a horse just fucking won't stop eating and won't.
I was like, how's he going to call me fat this fast? Sometimes a horse won't stop eating and will refuse to drink.
But you're kind of a fish as well. I mean, you kind of max out everything you can get in there. I mean, you're the competitive eaters that are jumping up and down and stuff to every little crack and crevice. Do you know the people that fill up their car and they'll push their car back and forth to fill up the gas with all the air pockets just to really maximize that tank that you got? Listen, I'm never going to pick against Jun Yong Park again. He is one of those that I have labeled as never going to pick against until I see him lose, because this all started with the Joseph Holmes fight. I'm sure you remember the Joseph Holmes fight. He was about to fight Joseph Holmes, and I said, I think both these guys suck. Joseph Holmes did not like that. I mean, he told me that he was going to beat my ass, and he was talking a lot of shit, and then he ended up getting finished by Jun Yong Park, so I appreciate Jun Yong Park for doing my dirty work for me. And then he came against Dennis Tululin. Dennis Tululin's not the best guy in the world, right? But he made it look easy, and I think I even picked him against him with Dennis Tululin, because I thought, Jun Yong Park is just kind of a very average guy to me leading up to these fights, what I thought. Then he fights Albert Duraev, and I'm like, oh, Duraev's going to smoke this guy because Jun Yong Park is not a dangerous guy on the hands. I didn't think he was that dangerous in the grappling, in the wrestling, and then he comes in against Duraev and just made that look easy as well. Jun Yong Park is one of those guys, honestly, at this weight class, at 185, where there's a lot of weird things that happens at this weight class. Jun Yong Park is a guy that's strung four together. Honestly, 5 of 6, but Greg Rodriguez is actually a decent loss to have, and he got knocked out. But he's strung 4 together. If he beats Andre Muniz, this is going to be 5. This might be a guy in late 2024, 2025, where we're like, does he deserve a title shot? I mean, this is like one of those weird guys that's just going to be, he's good enough to just kind of be good everywhere and beat these guys that he should beat. And Andre Muniz, you nailed it. I mean, I just don't think he is that guy anymore. I think he's one of those people that, and I think Aljo's going to run into this issue as well, that when you're on top and you're the guy and you're supposed to beat everyone and you have that feeling of kind of invincibility that I'm going to go out and just smoke everyone because I'm this high-level guy and I can do what I want, and then you lose that, I think you lose your edge. And I think Andre Muniz is one of those guys that kind of lost his edge. And Park's going to come in, either stuff a takedown or two if Andre tries to wrestle early, as you mentioned, get his own takedown. And he's just a more well-rounded guy. I like Jun Yong Park in this matchup, and I'm never picking against that dude again. I mean, he's made me look stupid a number of times, and maybe he does it here when I pick him. But honestly, I like Park, man. He's a well-rounded dude. He's a cool dude as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's tricky because he's not the more talented fighter here. He's not the better fighter in this matchup. But he's the grittier fighter, the grindier fighter, the dirtier fighter. Like, he is the guy that can come forward, grind out the win.
I think he's a better
and
fighter.
Make it happen.
I think he's a better he's a better striker. I think he's a better wrestler.
Potentially, I don't think he's the better wrestler. Potentially the better striker, but Andre Muniz has some technical striking.
Jun Yong Park was ragdolling people. Go watch this. Jun Yong Park was ragdolling Shavkat on the regional scene. People love Shavkat. That dude was ragdolling Shavkat.
Well, in the UFC, he only has a 50% takedown accuracy, and I've seen him struggle with takedowns.
Well,
I'm not saying
what does it say about Shavkat? Because I think I'm fully on board. Shavkat sucks. I think he sucks.
Okay. Jacob just said.
Now he's going to get exposed. And how many times have I been wrong when I say people suck? Anytime I say somebody sucks.
Often.
Anytime I say somebody sucks, they always suck.
Okay. I can't go through the list, but from this moment on.
The only time I've ever been wrong about that, it was with Bilal. And Sean Brady was the one that exposed.
You said Sean Brady sucks just last week.
No, I didn't. I said his striking sucks. I never said his grappling sucked. That was very clear.
Anyway, we're both on the Jun Yong Park side. And I guess my point there was he's going to win because he's grittier, he's tougher, he's going to come forward, he's going to do all of those things. While Andre Muniz, very talented, on paper, has all the tools, the skill set, but we've seen him sort of fold under pressure, and Jun Yong Park's the exact type of guy that will not fold under pressure and will give you some pressure as well. So $8,800 in DraftKings, I guess that's worth it if you think he will break Muniz. You think he breaks Muniz?
I think he's got that opportunity. He's like one of those weird guys that, like I said, he wasn't really a finisher. Now he's kind of turned up the pace, turned up the pressure.
Yeah, he was not a finisher his entire career. And then all of a sudden, 3 submissions in a row. Now, if you look at it a little closer, it's like, this isn't the best competition ever, but he's doing to them exactly what you're supposed to do.
Joseph Holmes not going to like that.
Yeah. So the threatening to beat the shit out of you is so funny. It's like, yeah, you're a 6 whatever the hell professional athlete.
Oh, I got the I'll read it real quick. Hold on.
Yeah, Jacob. So while he's getting that, he said, as he told you, that he picked Jun Yong Park to beat Joseph Holmes. He said Joseph Holmes sucks. Joseph Holmes, we tweet all the breakdowns out. Joseph Holmes saw that tweet, responded to it, and then Jacob printed that tweet out and put it on a hat.
You're not going to be able to read it, but I'll read it for you. I did put it on a hat, though. He said, "Tell your boy Jacob I will beat you up as disrespectful you're being, kiddo. He doesn't need to be on any podcast, not because his opinion, because everyone has one, but the was he's choosing to talk about people putting their entire lives on the line to do this."
He's got a point. I would love to see Joseph Holmes beat your ass, honestly. I would love to see it. Oh. Instead, I'll do it. On February 9th, Jacob and I are fighting, and I'm going to beat...
On behalf of Joseph Holmes.
On Mike Tyson.
You're going to have a little patch like he died. Joseph Holmes patch.
He's with me today. Anyway, if you want to unlock all the bets we have here, WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member at the top. It's only $10 a month, but it's not just bets. You're going to get round line leans for every single fight, confidence levels for every single fight. You're going to get 7 analysts worth of picks, insight, bets, and you're going to get tools and information. WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member. It is only $10 a month. And we have said this many, many times. Fighters are some of the, not all of them, obviously, some of the most emotional, low confidence people you're going to see. More, and it might be every sport, but the fighters are it's much more obvious. Also what?
Well, this week or yesterday too, I got a little Instagram notification. I didn't see it in time, but I saw Joe Pyfer sent you a message request, and I looked and he put me in his story, but then he deleted it, so I don't know what it was, but I assume it was me talking shit about Nancy Philly and Sean Brady or something. But the issue is, nothing that I said was disproven. I said that they can't strike for shit. Sean Brady was just wrestling the whole time. He's obviously a good grappler. I said the whole camp. I literally should be, honestly, Sean Brady should be thanking me because I said that can't strike. They can't do anything in the striking. They're all going to get knocked out. And what did he do? He finally fucking wrestled. That's what that camp should be doing this whole time. If Pat Sabatini did that the whole time, he'd still be undefeated. If Sean Brady was doing that, that's what he'd be doing. That's what they do. They're fucking fantastic wrestlers and grapplers. The issue was they thought they could strike. I convinced that camp that they didn't know how to strike, so Sean Brady came in and wrestled. I think I should get a thank you.
There you go. We'll be waiting.